what's happening, everybody? We are live once again with you to hang out for a little while. And Thomas Studholme is with us. And we can't hear him. Unmute yourself.
Hi,
There you
everybody!
go.
There
Hey.
he is.
Sound.
You know,
Hi.
I was looking at the Skype history, and I noticed the last time we called you on Skype was January 2019. So it's been more than a year since the last time we did this. So
Yep.
I'm glad we're finally doing it again.
I am too, for sure.
So what's happening, man? Tell us about this awesome giveaway, by the way.
Well, I just figured I like to draw, and I like to draw for people, and it's self-promotion, but it's also because I don't know, I feel like this is the kind of giveaway gift that's a little bit different and more personal. So what I'm giving away is a 9x10 illustration that I create for the person who wins. So they can choose whoever or whatever character they want, and I will draw them in my own personal style.
That's awesome.
That is really, really cool. That's
Yeah.
the best kind of prize to receive, I think. Something completely personalized and for you, not just something that we pick up that you may or may not want. So that's really special.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I mean, it's also a way to kind of bridge, make new friends. You know, I mean, if I'm doing this for somebody, if I don't know them, then it's going to get us closer. And if I'm doing this for somebody I know, it's going to get us closer than we are now. So, I mean, it's about the love.
Absolutely. And I remember way back when we met you and we were talking to you and you sent us the group picture. I remember I was talking to coworkers today actually about it because they were like, "Oh, I noticed that you're doing a giveaway tonight. What's that about?" And I was like, "Well, do you remember the artwork I brought in that was like a group picture?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, that group picture was awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, it's that guy." And they're like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I explained what the giveaway was all about, and they seemed intrigued enough to actually come here live so they could have you draw something for them. So there's a lot of excitement here. And I noticed that when we posted it when you posted it in the Gasolcast We Hunt Together group, a ton of people were on there talking about what item or what character they would like to see in the drawing.
No, that response was amazing. It's lots of fun to see what people would have me do, and my brain just flies with whatever it is, you know. I mean, some characters are iconic, and it's a little hard to tweak them, but for the most part, I think I can put my twist on pretty much anything. So,
well, your artwork is amazing, and I know that
Thank
some of some other friends, like mutual friends, have traded pops with you to get some artwork done. I remember you've done a couple commissions for money, obviously. So how often are you doing your art for people like this? Do you get contacted regularly?
boy, I wish. I'm in a little bit of a, I don't know. I spinning my wheels right now, trying to figure out my next direction. I was doing legal assistant work for my father, but he just retired, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to replace that income. But most of what I do now is I tutor. Um, I think I have like 6 to 8 students right now on a regular basis, ranging from age 10 to 80.
Wow.
And
That's
so
awesome.
that's where most of it's coming. There's a local place that has me do their chalkboards, and another local restaurant that has me do windows for them. So doing the stuff that I really like to do, the illustrative stuff, it's not as common as I would like it to be.
Well,
Um,
I've noticed that you've done a lot of what you're talking about, like at businesses. I noticed on your Instagram you post a lot of photos there, and a lot of the artwork you do is like pretty cool. Like it's not often that you see people making or creating artwork on the front of like a building or on glass. Like we don't
right.
see that here at all. So that's kind of neat that you're doing that.
Yeah, and I would love to. I mean, a big deal for me is I'm adept, but I'm not very good at self promotion. So that's where I've got to step up my game, I think, more than anything else. And this is a good way to do it. But I don't know. It'll come. I keep knowing, I know it will. I just have to keep grinding away. So,
Yeah, I guess it just takes time, right?
right. So I've got a comic that will probably come out before Free Comic Book Day in May.
Awesome.
And that was a 24-hour. I do it annually. This year was my 9th year in October that I did the 24-hour comic book challenge, where you go into a comic book shop for 24 hours and draw and try to create a 24-page comic in 24 hours.
That's
I
incredible.
didn't make the mark this year, but some of it, like this is one of the pages from it.
I love that character. Now,
this is my black Disney character.
Okay, so it is based off Mickey Mouse then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Post-apocalyptic Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that character design. I think that's really cool. So is your comic book that you've drawn up, is it based on that character?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is based on that character.
Yeah, because I sent you the other comic, and that has the origin story. So this is kind of a sequel to that first
awesome
thing. And I've had this idea rattling around in my head for probably 30 years. So I'm glad to get it finally out into the real world so that other people can see it. And unfortunately, Disney hasn't shown any signs of trying to sue me for copyright infringement.
That's good.
That publicity hasn't quite hit me.
That's a big plus. Yeah, for those in the chat, by the way, it's exclamation point We Hunt Together, all basically like one word. The Streamlabs, I had to rerun it, so it appears to be working right now. I don't know what the deal is. I'll keep checking on it just to be sure. This is the very first time we've ever used this. And what actually opened my eyes to this feature, Funko, they were on YouTube today, and they were running the same thing. And I noticed it said Streamlabs was running it. And I was like, well, wait a minute. We use Streamlabs. This is a great way for us to do our giveaways from henceforth.
Yeah, so I don't get yelled at.
So Heather doesn't get yelled at. So I'm testing it out. I'm not promising that it'll work. We'll have some sort of backup plan to select a winner. I'm hoping this works because that would be really cool. It doesn't look like it's pulling anybody, does it? Like from what I'm looking at here. Let me see if I close the entries. Entries closed. Pick winner. Yeah, no, you have no entries to pick from. So it's still, I don't know why it's not picking a winner. I don't know what's going on with that. What? Yes. Yeah, that has happened. Anyway, sorry, Thomas. I don't mean to like break up the. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something so we can get this this giveaway going. So as far as your collecting and stuff, you're still doing the Funko Pops hard and heavy?
No,
you're not.
I've had to take a break because my income has gone down to a level where it's I have to be very selective right now. But that doesn't mean I'm any less of a fanatic collector, So when I can't get the new stuff, I go through the old stuff, and that keeps me happy, I suppose. I'm bummed because there's a lot of stuff coming out that I'm interested in, but I just kind of have to hold my hands up right now and wait till I have a little bit more in my pocketbook to fulfill my desires.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I guess I'm in the same boat. Luckily, it isn't like we have an overabundance of things coming out that I'm like really excited about. I'm glad they're kind of taking their time with some of this stuff right now, because there for a while it was really sped up. We got the Venomized line, the new Venomized line, then we got the Fantastic Four line, and I was totally into all of them, and I wanted all of them, so I went out and spent all my money on them. So I'm kind of glad that things have slowed down, at least for me. Has there been anything out there that's released where you're like, oh my god, I really want it, but I don't know if I can, pull that right now, if I could do it.
Right. Yeah, I mean all the Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, and I don't know about the exclusive pre-order Patronus stuff and all that, but I've got 1 through 101 of Harry Potter. So it's hard to back off on that because they're going to start filling some voids pretty soon, and I know there's at least 10 to 14 coming out in the very near future.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do the uber ultra big, Harry Potter or the 2 10-inch that are coming out, but I'm interested in the Patronuses and the 2, I think Tonks is coming out, and who's the other, Heather?
Oh, goodness. It was one we didn't have yet, right?
What was the girl? What's the girl? Did he already say the girls?
Yeah, that's Tonks, and I don't remember.
What's Weasley, the boy?
Ron?
Yeah, what's his?
Well, no, the Patronus for that, but
No,
I mean...
okay. I don't know enough about this.
The non-happening ECCC, exclusives that are going to drop. There are 2. I know Tonks is one. I can't think of the other. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
Yeah, I don't know well enough. I do, however, find it very interesting that they are doing this online Funko release.
Yeah.
Especially because we're getting they're like stickered releases.
Floor.
Yeah.
Say it again.
What?
Floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
floor. Yeah. Okay. Right.
So I'm excited about the release this Friday. So I'm excited about it. However, I don't need a whole lot from it. Somebody reached out, and I'm really excited about this, and it might sound really stupid. I'm not a huge collector of the mythical creature stuff. However, the Loch Ness Monster glow in the dark, I really want it so I can basically put it in Heather's face a lot, because Heather told me how stupid it was if the Loch Ness Monster glows in the dark. And I actually can't. I believe that I might be the person that said the Loch Ness Monster needs to glow in the dark. I think that might be why Funko made it. I'm just kidding. I know I'm not the reason. But because I said that and Heather beat me up so much about it, I really want that pop. So somebody reached out to me the other day and they're like, "Hey, I live close to the Funko store, the HQ. What would you like?" And I was like, "Listen, if you can get this thing, that would be super awesome. But I don't want anybody to go out of their way. But if they're going to be there and they don't want it, then that would be super, super sick."
Right.
Because they're only selling that pop in store, in headquarters.
Right. The only other one that I'm really super interested is Zatanna. I'm really into DC women heroes. Zatanna is my daughter's ultimate favorite hero. She's godlike in the DC universe because her magic is so powerful. But that's exciting for me. I'm confused because I just saw I think I saw Cletus saying that all the stores were dropping the shared exclusives tomorrow.
Yeah, they're like dropping them early, I guess. Which, I mean, I guess it's fine with me. I don't know. I'm not chomping at the bit for anything that they're releasing in store. And I know it's stuff that I'll be able to get very simply. The one that I am worried about, and I think it's an ECC exclusive, is the Doctor Doom. Is that an ECC? Do you remember? I can't remember. And don't worry about it. It's okay. But
it makes sense.
There's a Doctor
He's
Doom.
got some green in him.
Target.
Okay, yeah. So there's a Target Doctor Doom I really want. So tomorrow, if they release it, I'm not going to take my chances online. I'll just go out and buy it. I mean, What the hell? Why not? Where's Zatanna releasing?
I think she's Hot Topic.
Okay. All right. So that's a Hot Topic release.
Yeah.
It's a real bite in the ass because when they release these pops that are con exclusives, they're like abnormally priced. So like you're paying like $15 to $20 for the pops.
Right.
I hate that so much because it doesn't, to me, I guess it doesn't really make any sense. It's like any. To me, it's to any other pop, but they just put a sticker on it. So what's the big friggin' deal? I don't get that. I hate that those pops are like crazily priced, and also I think it's a deterrent for some people. They go to the store, they see that a pop is $15 instead of the normal 8 or 10. They don't buy it, and it just sits on the shelf. How many times have you guys went out to a Hot Topic or Target and you see a pop sitting on the shelf with a con exclusive sticker from like 3 years ago? You know what I mean? That happens so often. They might as well just sell them at what the regular cost is. I mean, I don't understand. Why is the sticker such a big deal? It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah. I think that happened to Walmart with all the Big Bang Theory pops, and those ended up going on clearance.
Yes, exactly. They could have sold
anything with them.
If they were just normal price, people would have went out and bought them and in droves, probably.
Totally. Because there's big demand for that. But yeah, you walk into a Walmart and you see everything else is like $8, and then you get this $15 one, and you're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I get really weird about overspending on Funko Pops. I do not like buying pops. Like, I love $7 a pop, so I don't want anybody to get mad at me. But I refuse personally to go and spend over, like, I would say over $50 for a Funko Pop. Like, I'm just not down with that, personally. Oh, I have no want or need for that. So when I go out to the store to buy a Funko Pop, my expectation is to spend $10, not to spend $15. And I know that might sound crazy, but that extra $5 sometimes deters me from buying a specific Funko Pop. Because I'm an average Joe like everybody else. I mean, for crying out loud, right?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. Are people going to be able to enter throughout, right? Until we do the drawing, right?
So I'm trying, or Heather's working on it right now while we're discussing.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out the giveaway. In fact, if you guys are here right now, go get your friends and bring them in here so we can have a wider array of people so they can enter and win as well.
And mash that like button.
Right, that's right. Yes, what he's saying, yes. And I see Zach Bonifer there. Zach Bonifer, hello. Good to see a lot of you guys here.
Yes.
The regulars, I love the regulars. But today I did notice something that blew my mind. And I am not a Star Wars collector by any means. I do like the Mandalorian stuff. I will say that. But that Wampa from Amazon, it's going to be a 6 count. It's like the Avengers set where they're all going to be together. It's the same thing but Star Wars. How awesome is that?
No, that's killer.
Yes.
It really is. And I like the old one too because it's kind of derpy, you know. But I like that they're up in their game in terms of the details and the action that some of these pops are being portrayed in.
Yes. Me too. I love the new spin on it. Somebody mentioned today, our good pal Ryan. He's been a collector since way back when, and he goes, it just does not look like a Funko Pop anymore. Well, we are now in a new iteration of what Funko is. Funko has to grow and evolve like anything else, and I think they're going in a great direction. The Wampa Funko Pop, it's great that you have the old one. The old one does look cool. But that new one looks awesome. He has like a bone in his hand. He has like these teeth. He looks kind of scary. I'm really excited to see what the rest of the set looks like.
Yeah. And they could do all sorts of things. I think I had mentioned at one point the trash compactor scene would be a kind of a cool, put together with each character, maybe even holding a piece of, one of the rods that went through the entire thing or something. I don't know. But, there's so many possibilities that you can do with that. The Jedi Council would be awesome.
Yes, that would be awesome. I didn't even think of that. That is a really cool idea, actually. There are so many things they can do with the Star Wars universe. I mean, you talk about not only the movies, but then you have like the cartoons that they have. There are so many possibilities and things that they can create. And I hope that we get a set, because right now we're getting a set from Hoth, but it would be nice to get a set from, like, I don't know, Return of the Jedi. That would be kind of cool. Imagine, like, Jabba's palace, right? You could put a bunch of different characters in there. That would be super cool.
The Cantina?
The Cantina, yes, that would be cool. characters we've never gotten before.
Yep.
But
I've been collecting Star Wars forever, and I really was into it with Power of the Force 2 and Power of the Jedi, just into everything, all the variants, all the errors. I actually composed all these checklists for a website called JediDefender.com and did all the variant errors that I could find, and I was so into that. But I mean, they have released so many cool, and I'm talking Hasbro 3 3/4 here. So many cool figures that would translate well to not just the Black Series, but also to the Funko Pops as well. So Jazz Pure, is that his name? Boshek and I don't know. I could name a million, but all these obscure sort of characters that have come out in the 3 3/4 inch lines would be interesting for Funko to look at for sure. Yeah.
Well, it seems like in the Power Force line for a while there, they were literally making every single character they possibly could make. In the Funko line, unfortunately, I think it's more of where they're going to make most of their money. So you get a bunch of Han Solos and a bunch of Leias and all. That's cool and all, but it would be nice to get some really interesting characters that are kind of background characters. Yeah. Did we ever get a Hammerhead by any chance?
No, I didn't get, and it's Momar Nadan.
Okay, but they never made a Funko Pop of that, right?
They've made a Funko of him.
Oh, they did make. Okay, they did.
Yeah,
okay.
I think they did all three. They did Greedo, Hammerhead, and Walrus Man in a 3-pack that was at Walmart.
Ah, Walrus Man. Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. I didn't know that the Hammerhead dude was in there because I thought it was the guy who got his arm. No, was Walrus Man the guy? No, not Walrus Man. The guy that was with Walrus Man.
Yeah.
With the messed up face.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, was he in that 3-pack?
No.
No.
No, it was just the three sort of iconic figures from that scene.
Okay.
Even though they don't really do anything except for Greedo. But Walrus Man just, kind of tusk talks and, you just see Hammerhead for how long?
Yeah, right. But he's so iconic even though you don't see him for very long.
Yeah.
They actually incorporate that character in Galaxy's Edge. There's like a store where they sell like lightsabers and stuff, and in the very back of the store is that race of character inside of like this pod, and he's like working on a computer. It's kind of cool. I like that they used a couple of obscure kind of characters in the park. I thought that was kind of
there was a Jedi Hammerhead in the Clone Wars animated series when they were up against Grievous.
Okay. So
I'm not sure if Grievous took his lightsaber and took him out or not. I can't remember specifically, but I know that I recall a Hammerhead dude, Jedi lightsaber wielding.
So that's a show that I really, and hey Jedi, what's up? That's a show that I really need to go back and watch a lot more of because I've watched it. I've watched it in the past. And I watched a couple of the new episodes, and it's really, really good. But I felt like when watching the new episodes, I'm sort of lost in the story. So I want to go back and kind of revisit some of this stuff, because I don't really remember it. I probably watched a lot of it, but I don't remember it.
Well, and the very first ones are the best, in my opinion, because they're done by the dude or the company or the animation people that were behind Samurai Jack.
Oh, that's all. Oh, I remember those.
Super stylized, and I don't know. It's like eye candy to me. So I really enjoyed those.
Yeah. Hold on, Heather is battling with me. So where are we at with this raffle thing?
We're at nowhere because you keep canceling it.
Well, it's not going to collect anything. It's not collecting data. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess it's not set up properly. So we'll have to figure out another way of doing the giveaway.
No, it's apparently a common issue with whatever this thing is.
It's a common issue.
Yeah, stop doing what you're doing. Stop clicking stuff. Just leave it.
Okay, so you want me to leave it alone? You're going to mess with it.
No, what I'm
You're not.
gonna do, you should figure something out. Sorry, I'm not feeling good. It's like hard for me to think right now. Figure.
Come on, Heather. Let's do trivia.
No, I mean if you want to get yelled at by everybody, I'm not dealing with that tonight. But you can.
Yeah.
You want to?
Well, I'll see.
I'm always cool with trivia, but
Maybe have a question that's Star Wars related, because
But why
you're a
should
Star
it
Wars
be
guy.
Star Wars related?
Because he's
Yeah.
Star Wars guy.
Well, I could do something art historical too. Like what's Umberto Boccioni's most famous sculpture?
Oh my
good.
god.
No, I won't do that.
Oh my god.
No.
Like real history shit.
I think that we should. Okay, now it's saying that there is a raffle going on. What is happening?
It's so there's a raffle going on. However, when they use that tag, right? So the exclamation point, it's not taking it for some reason. I don't know why it's not taking it. There's some issue with it. So this whole giveaway thing that we're doing right now, it's brand new. We've never done this before, and I had the bright idea like 20 minutes before we went live to make it easier on all of us and to include Thomas, but it's such a friggin' mess. It's
Okay.
obviously not.
That's fine.
It's not
I
picking
can come up with a trivia question.
That would be
or
great.
We can
Or-
give everyone a number, and I can roll a 21-sided die.
Or
Hey.
what we could do is come up with a code word and everyone types it in.
But what do you mean?
I can just manually do it.
Well, you could just come up with a number and then just have them select numbers. We'll get to that at the end of the stream.
I don't want to wait till the end. I think that it needs to be more organized than people just typing in random numbers.
Okay.
I think that is absolutely ridiculous.
All right, then you tell me what you want to do.
Oh my god.
Again, for me,
We're gonna have
use
an
my child mind.
argument live on air. Pick a code word.
Okay.
Somebody picks a code word. I think Thomas should pick a code word. Everyone types it in, just like the exclamation point we hunt together thing, and I will write down each person's username
Okay.
when they say the code word.
Okay.
That's okay. All right.
When do you want to start this, Heather?
Now?
Okay. Well, let's just do Thomas Gray Studios.
That
There you go.
sounds great. If you type in Thomas Gray Studios in the chat,
Grey.
Grey, can you use the keyboard? Is it possible for you to do something other than what you're doing, please?
All right. So you want
And
me
that's my Facebook handle too for my business page. If people want to go check out all of my cool art.
that there? Is that good?
Yes.
There you
So
go. Type that in.
Type that into the chat, and you'll be entered to win. Can you really?
I'm just looking to see if there's
No,
any.
just stop. Can we?
I just want to play. I just want to get it to work.
Okay, get it to work when we're done streaming, please, because this is getting a little crazy.
Well, it'll only work when we're live. I mean, I can't get it to work any other way.
I don't think you can get it to work when we're live.
But there's a possibility, Heather. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. That's what my kindergarten teacher told me. It's awesome.
Good thing you remember that.
So now everybody is writing your name. How beautiful it is. You should all go over to Instagram and follow Thomas as well. So you are actually typing out what it is going to be on Instagram. So go and type that on Instagram and then follow him. How's that? That's awesome. And then you can go and see all of his cool artwork and buy artwork from him. Huh? Come on.
That'd be good.
That would be awesome. So
that would be cool.
there was a piece of artwork that you were working on for Heather and I.
Right.
So how far along are you on that?
Actually, it's kind of right here, but if I can figure this out. Can you see that at all?
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
So what I do, I haven't quite gotten Negan's likeness the way I really want it. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
So
Wow.
I've got a piece of tracing paper on top. So I'm going to refine it that way. So generally I take my rough sketch and then I trace over it and refine it and get it until it's perfect to me, which is, some time. Sometimes the likenesses are really hard and I'm off by just a smidge in one area, and then it messes up the proportion of everything else. So that's where I'm at right now, is just trying to measure everything by size and placement on Negan's face to try and get it the way it is. And his hair is also not Negan hair, so I got to work on that too. He's got specific hairdo.
His hair has changed though over the last few seasons. Like this season, he has, what would you even call that, Heather? It's like the shaved sides of his head in the back, but it's like a piece on top, and he like kind of combs it back. Negan in the new season,
is a haircut.
Like, I mean, what is there a name for that? I'm asking because you're a hairstylist.
I don't know. I would just.
Because
it's
in the
disconnected cut.
In the first episode of, I think he shows up in the 6th or 7th season. In that episode, he has almost like a weird comb over kind of haircut. It's really weird. Like his haircut's completely different.
Comb back greaser sort of version, because it goes really well with the leather jacket. But what I'm trying to do is not just Negan, but have a Walking Dead. Which one is this, Chris? Do you know the name of that, or Heather?
What, the
You
Walker?
sent me a photo of that sort of creepy dude.
No, in fact,
I want to have a Walking Dead head hanging from his bat.
That's awesome. That's really cool looking, because I have never seen a piece of art where he has like a zombie like kind of head strapped to the bat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I do my best to try and make it custom, like I'm not going to just rip off a drawing and trace it and then ink it up. It's got to be something that I devise on my own and interpret through. I don't know. I did this Hulk thing, and I think I drew like 100 different Hulk heads.
Oh my God. And
until I got it the way I wanted it. Here's a version right now. So
wow,
that was close to the one that I was like, yeah, that's it. So if I can, I get to walk around with my computer here. But so this is a commission I did. Let's see if we can get light on that. How about
Oh, that's cool.
And this guy commissioned me to do the whole, I guess, as he went back in time to the Nazi regime. But wow. I think I got his anger really well here.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm really happy with the hands. Like I think they came out really good. So he's just tearing up some Nazis.
So how long, as an example, how long did it take you to work on this? I mean, is this like days, months?
If I went by hours, I'd say close to 70 hours.
Wow. Holy crap. So the picture that you'll be drawing up for one of the lucky winners, you're talking a lot of time will be put into this piece of art.
And love.
Well, that itself, I think that was a 2x3. So I'm doing a 9x12 for the winner.
Right.
That's considerably less paper and less space I have to fill with ink, and so it won't take me quite as long.
But still, it's going to take you a while. I mean, that's
the group took me 50 hours.
Wow.
Just sitting there and like because I do all my inking with brush. I don't use pen.
Wow. So what size is this Groot then?
He's I think he's he is 15 by 20.
Okay.
So
that Groot artwork, have you ever tried to just do you make prints of that and just sell that?
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
piece of art is amazing.
I did a showing and I printed a bunch of the portraits I've had up to the size of what I did, high res prints, and because I'm all about like 80s, I had posters all over the place, and I still have them, and they're ratty, and have holes in the corners from all the times I put them up in different areas, and so I wanted to do something that was more like poster oriented instead of framed.
Sure.
So I just kind of pinned all these to the wall at a gallery, and everyone was really into it, and I think it translated well to what people might want to take home, rather than just like looking at it and saying, "Oh, that's a $250, $350 original versus a $25, poster size print."
Right. Well, you
So,
did Groot and you did a man thing, right? And then the
right.
Medusa. So is that almost like your first series of those type of pictures? Are you going to do another set like that?
Yeah, I call those the biological mutated freak heroes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of got into that because I like all the textures. This is one I haven't fully finished. It's Human Torch,
Oh, that's cool.
but I mean, you can see where I've got some stuff that I need to fill in or do. But it's like when he first flames on and he's like looking at his hands, like what is happening, sort of, like. So, and I thought translating him to musculature would be kind of cool, but
Yeah, it's like he's like in shock the very
yeah,
first
yeah,
time it's happening.
yeah. So I got the thing too, and yeah, I don't know. It's just a matter of sitting down and doing my next one.
Have you ever sat down and drawn like pictures of your Funko Pops?
Uh, from time to time.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And I've drawn you guys as Funko Pops. I never really took it to completion, but I did a couple sketches, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's something.
I drew you with the Thanos fist, the glove, the whatever.
The gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet.
Infinity Gauntlet, and then I drew Heather with a leather jacket and a barbed wire bat as Funko Pops. But I don't know where that is right now.
Oh my god, I would love to see that.
It was
That
a
sounds
long
awesome.
time ago. It was like right when it was in our honeymoon.
Wait, we went on a honeymoon too?
Yeah.
I
don't
didn't know
You don't
that.
remember that? It was the greatest time ever. But
But
you're
yeah,
I'm
and I've actually done I've done 3 DIYs. I did Dan and Phil, the YouTubers, because my daughter was a huge fan of them. So I gave her do it yourself Dan and Phil's, and they came out pretty sweet. And then I did a professor for a friend of my brother's, or I'm sorry, a friend of mine commissioned me to do a professor of her brother's.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Saul something or other, and I don't know. They all came out okay, but it's a little hard, and I don't have patience to polish and sand as much as I would like to. So
you're telling me that the commission that you did, this is like a portrait kind of thing?
I took a photo of this Saul professor guy, and I translated him into a Funko Pop.
That is so crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have pictures of that?
Yeah, I could probably dig those up.
Yeah, so you're not only are you doing like pictures, you're also doing like kind of sculpture kind of stuff. Is that something that you've done for like a long time, and then it kind of influenced you to do the Funko Pop?
Yeah, I was pretty prolific as far as sculpting for most of my college career, and a little bit after that. I did a lot of found object stuff. So then I did some casting and welding and all that stuff. But when I got divorced, I had to put all that stuff into storage. And after paying ungodly amounts of money for over time for having that stuff stored, I finally got it out of storage, and it's come back to me. And so I'm looking forward to being able to work with all of those materials again.
That would be awesome.
I mean, as a collector, like I was the guy that you would see going through garbage bins looking for something that would translate into art. Because I like to take something that people recognize and then put it with other things to give it a higher, more artistic meaning, I guess.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
You're an artist through and through, man.
Yeah. When I taught, I was kind of introspective and brooding, but when people got to know me, you know, they found out the real me. But I remember I would walk through the library to get to my room every day, and the librarian went up to someone and said, "He doesn't even say hi to me. He just walks through and passes me. What is wrong with him?" And this woman goes, "Oh, he's an artist, like a real artist." And she goes, "Oh, and so
now I get it."
Yeah, she had to kind of stop me and say, "Hi, I'm Robin, and I want to be your friend." Like, and I was like, "Great, that's awesome." And then, like, all the other art teachers that I worked with in the district I was in, it was pretty much cookie cutter stuff, and they were crafty, but they weren't real artists. And I kind of was alienated by that because a lot of people couldn't understand where I was coming from with some of the concepts I was throwing out to other people. They just wanted like mass production, you know, something to occupy these kids. Because basically an art teacher in elementary school is a babysitter.
Yes.
You're creating planning time for the other teachers.
Right.
And I considered it much more than that. You know, I wanted kids to know that they could improve. I would save their art all year, and then I'd throw it up on the wall overnight, like 1,500 different projects. I'd mat them all by myself.
Oh my God.
I was like, no one can help me because I got to do it my way. And kids would come up and look at their art, and they'd be like, "I can't believe I did that," you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, the things that I teach more than anything else is you got to take your time, and you got to be focused on what you're doing, and you got to have a sense of quality, right? Like, first graders are the worst because they'd come up and they'd be like, "I'm done." And I'd be like, "Well, you know, that's kind of scribbly over there. You can fill that in better or whatever." But they were just consistent. You know, it took them a while to learn the idea that I was going to demand more from them than just what they thought was what they should be doing.
Patience isn't a thing sometimes for kids that age. I know that from my own son. I will say that it's interesting. My son he's 8 now. Within the past year, from his 7th birthday to his 8th birthday, or almost now to his 9th birthday, I've noticed such a big difference in him. And he definitely takes his time more. He's not like Speedy Gonzalez on stuff. And I know that
sometimes he is.
But I know that I've been that way almost my entire life. Even with editing videos, at first I was very speedy and trying to get through it as fast as I can. But over time I've learned that I want to put in more work to make it look prettier at the end. Because that, quite frankly, that's exactly what art is, right? You put in more time and more effort and make it look a lot better.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, little kids, it's hard for them to hold that
let me
patience.
interrupt. This is Saul.
Oh, okay.
And then this, this is the finished.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So he's, you know, it's not perfect, but
that beard and mustache is amazing.
So yeah, he's
dude, that's awesome.
He's got his little you know, the hair is pulled back, so you can't really see it in the box, but
that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's all right.
You got a great facial expression on him too.
yeah, he was kind of like, hey,
Mhm.
but so yeah, I get, I mean, as an art teacher still, it's amazing the things I can get out of my students, and I've got all of their stuff on my personal Facebook page. I post all my students' work, and even seeing the evolution of some of these students. I've got a girl who couldn't draw very well to begin. She just was really, she wanted to draw warrior cats, and I got her to a place where she's, I mean, it's almost like she's drawing Mickey Mouse, because she developed a formula to make these cats look really, really cool and like cartoon cats. And so now she's doing this huge poster sized drawing of all the characters in the Warrior series.
That's interesting. So
Um,
this kid comes in and their main objective is to draw warrior cats. Like that is the main objective. This is what I want to do. Help me get there.
right,
That's incredible.
right.
And you
And
got and you
I
got
mean,
them there.
I'm going to give them foundation and fundamentals for sure. And it's funny because they fight it. Like this girl, I was like, okay, cut out eyes from magazines, put them on a page, paste them on a page, and then draw the eye right next to it, so that you have the reference there, and then you have the drawing you did of what you're looking at. And she's like, I don't want to do that. But in high school this year, they made her do that, and I was like, you could have been one step ahead of everybody else if you had done that before. But it's funny how whatever's happening in regular public school, it's echoed back to me from things that I've already told them. So I don't know. But yeah, I go to these kids' houses. I teach an 80-year-old man, and it's more about the company than it is almost anything with him. It's a different thing.
You're teaching
Some
an 80,
people
80-year-old
hire me
man?
just to get an hour of time so that they can focus on art once a week. So
That's remarkable. That they always say that the ongoing saying is you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Um,
right.
him being 80 years old, how long have you been teaching or
A
drawing
few
with
a
him?
few months, and he had a stroke, so he's kind of shaky, but he's dedicated, and he's got uh, enough discipline that he's able to translate what he sees or what he's thinking out here, and all I'm trying to do is help him refine that a bit. So
That's awesome. I mean, at 80 years old, I have grandparents around that age, and what they mainly want to do, not saying that they just they're lazy or anything, but all
right,
they want to do is like hang out, right? They don't want to do anything like that. That's
right.
really cool that guy is interested in doing that, especially after going through a major trauma like a stroke. I mean, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
he doesn't get a lot of company outside of the family. He's not getting out. He's kind of homebound. So me coming in is exciting for him, because he gets to spend time with an outside human being for an hour, and we have very enlightening conversation, and it's an honor to be able to teach someone and learn so much about his history too, because he's got a colorful history for sure. So
You're an awesome person, Thomas. Anytime I talk to you, I pick up one new little thing. Most of the time, it's like a handful of new things, and to me, it just radiates how incredibly awesome you are as a human being. So that's cool that you're helping out this 80-year-old guy. I mean, that's cool. As far as the giveaway, we are up to 18 people right now,
all right.
and we have a handful of names here. And I think that now is the time, because we're running up on about an hour.
Yeah.
Now is the time to select a winner. Heather, do you want to pull up a random number generator, or do you want me to pull up a random number generator?
Do you have an 18-sided die, Thomas?
That is no, but I might have 3 6-sided dice. But that wouldn't be fair to the first. I mean, if I'm rolling 3 6s, there's not going to be a 1 or a 2, right?
Right. Yeah,
That's all
So
right.
no, I've got 20's the next one up, Heather.
So Heather, you got a random number generator we
Yeah,
can
I
work
can
off of?
I can do a random number generator.
Excellent. So what was the last Funko Pop that you purchased, Thomas?
Wow.
Has it been that long?
I think the last Funko Pop purchase I made was with some hot cash, and I got a buddy of mine Mandalorian, and I think I got the flocked Smokey the Bear, and I got my girlfriend, because she grew up playing with trolls, the rainbow-haired troll.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome. What she think?
I mean, she was like, "I can't believe this." She was so excited, and there's so much nostalgia to that. That's one of the things about Funko for me is how it just hits you right in the heart with the nostalgia stuff. You know, God, I used to play with this, or I gotta have that because that was my favorite show when I was 8. You know, or whatever. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. It's been quite some time. I'm trying to look around and see, but it has been almost too long since I bought a pop on my own for myself, pretty much. So
You got a hell of a collection behind you, though. I gotta say
yeah, I do my best. So do you.
that. No, what we do is ridiculous. We
Don't lump me into this. It is not a we thing. It is.
yeah,
a
it
you
is
thing.
bullshit. Because not too long ago, you bought all the new Pennywise Funko Pops from the It thing. It's like 3 Funko Pops. You bought them all. In fact, I think I bought them all. I bought them for you, didn't I?
You brought them home for
I
me. I paid for
You
them.
did? Did I buy
yes.
them? Okay.
No, you didn't.
No need to
They
get
were
defensive.
paid
I'm just
for when
asking
you got
questions here.
there.
Listen, I'm just asking questions. Well, Heather buys a lot of Funko Pops, but it's in
No,
spurts. When you
I
buy a lot,
literally
when you buy a
bought-
lot,
It's always Pennywise, number one.
that's what I mean. You buy a whole
Chris,
set,
at
right?
least you're not buying things in spurts.
I buy so much crap.
Never
You
mind.
would.
Never
You have
mind.
no
That's
idea. I bought a lot of stuff already this week.
He literally had at least one package, if not 3 or 4, sitting at the door every single day this week.
Now hold on. I do want to tell you guys right now. This is new. This is new. Is it news or new news? New news. New information. If you watched our most recent video, we used our new camera. I bought a brand new camera. I have a whole new rig here because
nice.
I want to start doing cooler things. I want to start making videos that are clearer looking. So I bought a new camera. The newest video is used. We've used the newer camera. So Heather and I look Ultra HD, so you can see all of my ugly lines in my face and everything.
Okay, saying things like that.
And Heather's
isn't-
beauty. No, it's your beauty. No, you're here for Heather. Heather's beauty. She looks like a supermodel in the newest video.
Yeah.
So it's about the
Better to
lightsaber.
look good than feel good.
That's
and
right.
You look great.
Thanks.
So
Well, real quick, I had an epiphany today of a Funko Pop that needs to be made. T-Bone from Colors in the diaper with the teddy bear on his shoulders.
T-Bone from Colors.
Can't take the T away. You can't take the T away. It's Damon Wayans.
Oh,
And he's got like a shower cap on and a diaper, and he's in some store, and the cops are like, "It's okay," and he's high on PCP or something, and he's got this huge teddy bear on his back, and as they're leading him away, he's trying to hump it, and I don't know. I just think that'd be a great pop. It'd be an inappropriate great pop.
Yeah, no. So that's from In Living Color.
No, Colors. Colors.
So
Have
well,
a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking.
I'm thinking about that. There are so many different In Living Color characters that they could make.
Yeah.
How about Fire Marshal Bill as not like the one that comes off the top of my head?
Right, or what is it? The clown that Damon Wayans played. He would smack kids on the head.
Yes. Oh no, that's gonna drive me crazy. Please, somebody in the comment section tell us who the clown from In Living Color.
And his catchphrase, "Homie, don't play that."
Oh, Homie the Clown. Yeah, there we go, Homie the Clown. Heather has a random number generator here. We have 19 people that have put in. By the way, a friend that we have not seen for a long time, Chabby Pop Tokyo from Tokyo, Japan, is here with us. Bless you. Is here with us. So thank you, Chabby Pop Tokyo, for being here and hanging out. It's been a long time. Glad to see you.
If you do win, I am me, and you and I can talk about what we're going to do.
There you go. I am you on Instagram. Is that the best way?
Or Facebook. Either way is fine. Messenger, whatever.
Okay.
Instagram at Thomas Gray Studios. Facebook.
Thomas Gray Studios.
Your professional Facebook
business page. So.
Okay.
So Thomas Gray Studios is the way to go. So Heather.
All right. I've numbered everyone in order of this crazy giveaways entries. I'm sorry that we have been so discombobulated tonight. Chris was trying something new. It didn't work. But now it's going to work.
Per usual.
Because I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh, because Heather's doing it.
So I got all these names written down. I only accepted one entry per person.
Should I read them all out loud who entered?
You don't know. Don't waste our time.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
Brian Barrick, Robert Breaks YouTube, Chris S., Boba Fett, G-Man, Kylo Collects, Jacques Morgan, Spidey Funkoverse, Funko Lectables, rather. Sorry about that. K&L Collectibles. I hear you. Zach Bonifer, D Sparks, King Elmo, Mesh Junkie, Mark Vajero, J Funko 421, Tasha Ridner, That One Funko Dude 116, and Chabby Pop Tokyo. So thank you all for entering. Now, just so you know, what is the size of the artwork, Thomas?
9x12.
9x12. So it's a 9x12 custom artwork by Thomas. I highly recommend that you go, or we both, Heather and I, highly recommend that you go check out his Instagram, and you can order, or you can reach out to him. He can do custom works if you don't win, and also look at some of the prints that he does, because he does some really amazing shit, and you don't want to miss out on that. I have a Groot here. I'll take a picture of it after this live. I'll post it on our Instagram, and you can go and check it out there. I'll also post it in the Gasolcast We Hunt Together group on Facebook, so you can see the awesome artwork that he sent us. Heather, who is our winner?
I don't have one yet because I need to show everybody that it's set 1 through 19, and it's preset to number 1.
Okay.
I'm going to generate a
Do
number.
it 3 times. That's
I'm
1.
going to generate another number.
Uh-huh.
And
3.
I'm going to generate another number.
All right.
Funko Lectables. Let's see. It's so number 9.
Number 9.
Chris, hold that up.
It's
number 9.
Funko
Lectables.
Congratulations.
And Funko Lectables, if you would also reach out to the Gasolcast, we'll send you a cool Gasolcast sticker, a little Ghastly sticker. Okay? So congratulations to you for winning. Heather is going to put the winning name in there. Thomas, thank you for being with us, and thank you for doing this awesome giveaway.
No, it's my pleasure.
We love having you. I loved having you on our podcast with our good pal Jason on Heroic Nonsense. If you're not listening to that podcast, you totally should. I definitely want to have you on there again. That's a definite. It's already in the books. It's just when we can all kind of merge up and do that.
Yeah. I'm always down.
Yeah,
for sure.
Funko Lectables. I really, really, really want to know. Like, can you give us the character that you think you're going to go with? I would love to know that because they're actually still here. I would love to know what character you feel like you're going to go with because I've been thinking about this all day long, like who I would choose. And my number 1, and Thomas already said it actually, Thanos would have been the one that I chose if I had won something like this.
Right.
I asked Thomas if I could enter, and he said no.
Well, of course not. Why would you enter? You're part of the gang here.
Because I am a person who has a YouTube channel.
However, you could buy one of Thomas's pictures.
A separate one.
Well, she's getting one. I'm working on one for her, but if she wants me to do a Tina butt loose or something like that, then I'll also do her a Tina butt loose.
Oh shit, look at this.
No, I was just kidding.
Funko Lectables wants the Flash.
Wow.
Are you excited about that? Does that make you excited to do the Flash? Oh, look at this. Awesome. Match made in heaven.
Yeah, I don't have a Flash Funko, but I've got a lot of other fun stuff.
You know what's good though. I gotta say, what's good is that if you draw like a picture like this, wouldn't that mean if it came out the way you really wanted it to, you could turn it into a print.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I reserve the right to make a high definition scan of it so that I have it available to me so that I can do that.
That's cool.
Sure.
So just so we can kind of get a gauge on.
And I'm not just going to do a portrait of the Flash. You can't exemplify the brilliance of his powers with just a portrait, right?
Right. Well, yeah, I definitely not, because you got to show his powers and him moving and all that.
Right.
I'm just wondering if you can kind of give us maybe some generic numbers, something to start with. How much do you charge? Number one, I'm going to give you a couple questions. How much do you charge for a print? That's number one. And number two, if somebody wants to come to you for a custom. So if right now I wanted to come to you for a custom Thanos picture, okay? Right. And it's black and white. It's the ink picture, just like the Groot.
What size?
I would say the same size that you made the Groot, which would have been, 24 or not 24? It was like
15 by 20.
15 by 20.
Yeah, 15 by 20.
How much are we looking at to spend?
If I was gonna charge for a 9 by 12, I'd probably do $75.
Okay.
And a 15 by 20, I'd probably do more in the $250 range.
Okay. Cool.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
For a piece of custom artwork.
Well, absolutely. And the piece of custom artwork we have is it's remarkable. It's
priceless.
It is priceless. It really is. I would suggest.
And then prints, if I was going to send them a print of Groot, because I do have a high definition scan of it.
Same size?
Same size, poster size, I'd charge $25.
Excellent. That's great. Zach Bonner for once, 3 random questions. I don't have 3 random questions this time.
I can pick 3 random questions.
You want to?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I run off and use the restroom? Because I feel like I might pee my pants.
All.
Okay, I'm going to pee my pants if I don't do this.
You're going to pinch one, dude?
No. I got a pee. I drank a whole bottle of water. So
put
here's...
a catheter in during your YouTubes, man.
Here's what we need you... I know, I need a catheter for this. Here's what I want you to do. While I'm away, I want you to sell yourself the best way that you possibly can, so these guys know what they can get if they come to you, and also they can go and tell all their friends. If you guys go and share Thomas Studholme on Instagram, there's prizes in the midst. Okay, so tag that thing with the Gasselcast, sharing one of his pictures, like one of his pieces of artwork, and we will give something away ourselves, the Gasselcast. If you go ahead and share that with all of your friends, tag a couple people as well. I'll be right back. Heather, hang out.
Okay.
So I think the posters are bigger than the prints, Heather. I'm looking at it, and it looks like the posters that I do generally, the from the prints are a little bit larger, probably like 22 by 27 or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But like, there's Medusa.
That's a beautiful drawing. I love that.
Can you? Yeah. Sell myself. Wow, that's not my thing. I love to draw. I'm very educated and I'm very adept at what I do. And I feel like I can draw anything. I see the world in shapes and lines and can translate what I see to paper. And I'm pretty much a perfectionist, so I'm not going to send anybody some half-assed, work of art. Like, I don't know. But you're going to get quality and you're going to get your money's worth totally. And I generally send out my comic or my portfolio book with things that I do, just because I like when people share my artwork online. It makes me feel kind of cool. I was going to do something real quick here. Yeah, so that doesn't have any ink in it. I've got all these pens, but no ink. All right, here we go. I'll just, so here's, just do a real quick Negan.
A really quick Negan.
Yeah, to show people that what I won't do for them.
Ah, okay. He's selling himself, Chris.
Oh, very good. And he's drawing a quick picture of Negan?
Yeah.
If he holds up the picture he's been drawing for you, we all know for a fact he's lying. He's like, look at this. It's a final, like, colored and everything. Took me 2 minutes.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to send somebody something like this.
I don't know. I sort of want that.
I'll put a little more effort into it. So yeah, and I'm looking forward to talking to. Tell me the name of the winner again.
The winner is
Something-
Funko Lectables.
Fun Collectibles about what maybe he envisions the Flash should be doing. That's always fun to
Interesting.
conceptualize that with someone else. It's exciting to me.
Yeah, because what you think in your mind might be the same or might be different from what somebody else is picturing.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So
No,
Funko Lectables, you should be totally excited because this is awesome.
Yeah. So and everyone will definitely see it when I've completed it for sure.
That is what I wanted to hear because I want to see what it looks like at the very end. We have hit an hour and 8 minutes.
We're
And
not
9
doing
minutes.
3 random
rather.
questions?
Do you want to do
Yeah,
3 random
screw it.
questions? Let's do
Why not?
3 random questions. Screw it. I'm
The
in.
other thing is, I don't just do art for people. I teach, and it's totally possible for me to do Skype lessons. I know not everybody, most everybody that I've run into, especially at the Gasolcast Facebook page, doesn't live in Colorado. So
Right. Right.
the commute is not going to happen, but I can do online lessons if that is something that anybody is looking to do. And I guarantee that your artwork and your ability to render things will improve greatly if in fact I am able to teach you.
So Funko Lectables, their name is Andreas.
Okay.
So there you go.
Cool.
Heather has 3 random questions, believe it or not. I did not know this is going to be a thing, but
I
it is
didn't
going to be a
either.
thing. But Heather, and this, by the way, Zach Bonifer, thanks a lot for the idea. We appreciate that because I totally forgot about 3 random questions. Heather, what are the 3 random questions? And we're going to start off with Thomas.
What villain do you really feel for?
What do I have compassion for? Any villain? Wow. So my brain's spinning because I'm trying to think of all the villains that are important to me in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I think Magneto, because I think he's a very conflicted person. And I think he wants to do good, but I think he's misguided by the fact that he envisions things to be ruled by mutants rather than everybody living in harmony type of thing. But I know that he's been an ally of the X-Men and Professor Xavier a great deal of times, and you can kind of feel him, at least in the comic books, in the movies. You can feel that sort of conflictedness in him, and then he just goes crazy and, I want to rule the world stuff. But
That's a great choice, actually.
he's a super powerful character, and I think that vulnerability in a villain is a really important thing.
Yeah. For me, I would say it's going to be the villain in Black Panther. What was the guy's name? I can't remember now off the top of my head. Killmonger. Killmonger. Yeah. I had compassion for him because he was like he wasn't the chosen one, but instead it was like Black Panther got all of like the greatness, and he had like this awesome family and all this money, and he was sort of like a kid living in the streets. His father gets killed by Black Panther's father, and then he's kind of stuck like almost like kind of in a bad place, like the ghetto. So I can see how he's like, hey, I deserve my shot at the throne. However, I did notice like toward the part of the film, it's like he's a little too much, becoming a little too evil. But I think that's just because of how he was raised, and he sees like almost like Black Panther is like the Richie boy, and he's like the guy that had to struggle. But I thought
he's projecting, and he's kind of trapped in this sort of adolescent mental state of mine, and I get me. But I see that. That makes sense.
I just think that's a great. The whole Black Panther film, I really liked it, but I loved the villain of that movie. And it isn't very often that you walk away from a Marvel film and say, I really love the villain of that movie. That was one of them for me. Heather?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I can consider this person a villain because he's a little shit. But I'm going to go with Draco Malfoy. Because he's like a total douchebag, but I feel like he's sort of a product of his upbringing. And he was raised a certain way. And it's almost something that it's built into him more than anything. And I feel like as the Harry Potter series goes on, you can see like little bits of humanity and compassion coming from him. But
he starts to measure what's right versus what he's doing.
Yeah.
To some degree, instead of being the bully and being somebody that has this pressure of having to follow what his legacy is, right?
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like even at like 50 years old, he would be a jerk, but probably less of a jerk than when Harry was just starting out at Hogwarts with him.
But was his dad a jerk through and through?
Oh, his dad is a piece of
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But he was the entire story, but the son showed compassion where his father did not.
Right. Interesting.
Okay. That's kind of a cool story where the kid is like it's almost like being raised in a home of like racists, but you decide that you're not going to be right. That's what I'm saying.
Draco Malfoy is sort of a racist. He has an issue with Hermione, who's a mudblood. Yeah, he has an issue with her. I mean, it's blatant racism.
Oh, okay. So that's the comparison then to the real world.
Yeah.
Right. So he's and I didn't even know that. That was just a guess. But he grows up in a family of racists, and he starts to open his eyes, and the box starts to open, so to speak, as he starts to see how the real world operates.
It's mild. It's minor, but
do they show it a lot in the films or just in the books? Because I know there's a big difference.
A little bit of both. It's
no. I mean, I don't know the actor who plays Draco, but he like spits his words at times because he's so disgusted by the Muggle, you know. But yeah, it's an ingrained thing, and I think to some degree he ends up sort of outcast from the evil side to some degree, but not fully accepted by the good side. You know, in the end, he's kind of in limbo because he did a couple things that were right, but a lot of the reason he did them was he's a coward.
Right.
I don't know.
Cletus Selden is actually here in the chat, and I just wanted to reach out and say, hey, Cletus, thank you for being here. Cletus is awesome. We love him. And it seems like every time I look at my Instagram, he's defeated the next boxer he went against. Like it's literally every time he's defeated somebody, and he's such a badass, Cletus. So thank you for being here, and thank you for saying the kind words. Heather, what's the second question of our three?
He's creating his own legacy and legend.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing thing to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Big fan.
What would be the funniest thing you could fill a piñata with?
Condoms?
Dude, that's so crazy because you and I must be connected right now mentally because I thought exactly the same thing. That was the first thing that came to mind to me. I don't know. Something that you would burst open to make it like the floor slippery, like some sort of like liquid to make the floor slippery,
Okay, like
so people
what?
are falling down, like
what?
oil or something. I don't know, like something that makes the
You
floor
have
slippery.
you have to say one thing.
Okay, lube.
Okay, so we're just gonna go with wieners all night.
That's right.
Hot dogs, Heather.
Oh,
Hot dogs.
That would be hilarious.
Cletus said, "I need to win so I can keep collecting." That is awesome. I love that mindset. That's awesome. And Shooky reviews, hello, my friend. What's your answer?
That's a good question. I asked it.
It's funny that you ask these questions, but you do not come up with an answer. Jacques Morgan says pudding.
It's funny. I was gonna go
Pudding.
something along those lines. I was gonna say pancake mix. Like
Oh.
not in liquid and non-liquid, like ready to put on the griddle form.
What? But why?
'Cause it's gross and weird.
Well, then fill it with like fake blood. Right?
That would be cool. Fake blood.
Yeah, but pancake mix? What are you talking about? What are you, drunk?
I don't know. That was the
Fill
first
it with
thing.
pancake mix.
That was the first thing I could think
Funko
of.
Electable says beets.
Ew, I don't like beets.
Heather comes home one night and she goes, "My friend told me how great beets are for you. I'm going to totally eat this beet." And she pulls it out of the refrigerator like an apple and she bites into
No,
it.
I washed it first.
You washed it, and then she bites into it and she looks at
You
me
peel it?
and she
Yeah, I peeled
Did you?
it. I
Did you?
peeled it.
I don't remember that. I thought you bit into it like an apple.
No.
Well, anyway, however she ate it, she spit it out in the trash can and said, "It tastes like dirt." I'll never forget that. She's like, "I don't know why I did that. It was the worst."
They taste so bad. And
No, they're
then
worse.
she is like obsessed with beets. My best friend, she is obsessed with beets. And she messages me all the time when she's eating beets. The other day she sends me a beet. It's like a cooked beet with a bite taken out of it. And she said, "Look, I'm eating a beet." And it's like the most disgusting thing ever. But when I tried to accept beets, okay? I was
tried
like-
to accept beets.
I
okay.
was like, maybe they're not so good when they're like just in their natural raw state. So I got beet chips. They're cooked to some degree. They're chip like they're chips made of beets. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Why did it take you that long? Go ahead.
I eat it and I spit that out too because it tastes like dirt. I don't understand her obsession
So,
with beets, but
You
they
just
taste
gotta
like
find
dirt.
a good dip. Like
A beet
Then
dip.
I would be dipping dirt
dirt.
in
Yeah.
ranch. I don't want
Compliment-
any of
what
that.
compliments dirt?
That's a good question.
Grass?
Shooky Review says beets are gross, so he agrees with you.
Oh, they're disgusting.
The funny part of this is that we refer to our feet as beets in this house. So
Oh.
when we're talking about beets, I'm thinking of feet. Like right away, I think about feet because we call them beets. That's our cute little way of saying it. Thank you for backing me up on that, Heather. Now
All
I
right.
feel like a complete asshole.
What's
the
that?
third question? I was talking about how our feet are beets. Now
They
I just
are
feel like an idiot.
beets.
Okay, go ahead. What's the
They're-
third question?
We call them beets.
I know. Let's gloss over that.
adorable.
It's adorable. Thank you, Thomas. I needed that.
Nice hat, by the way, Chris.
Thank you. We actually ate at that restaurant. If you guys can't see it, it's Nick and Norman's. It's located in Sonoy, Georgia. It's right in the middle of the Woodbury town from Walking Dead, and the food was really good. And they had good
was
beer
very
too.
good.
There was nobody there. It was like Heather and I, and then two people at the bar. That was it. that
No,
night.
there were like 3 or 4 tables around us that were filled
Not-
with a lot of people.
not really.
Yes, there were, Chris.
When we left, how many people were in there?
Because we left late after dinner time.
It was 9 o'clock. What's the third question, Heather?
Oh my god. That's after most people eat dinner on like a Tuesday night.
I'm going to go with what Zach
Oh my
Bonifer said
God.
earlier. I'm going to agree with you. Go ahead. Third question.
It was like the middle of the week at 9 or 9:30
I
when
hear
we
ya.
left.
What's the third question?
Is that the third question, Heather?
No.
Thank you,
You don't need
Thomas.
to win an argument right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
Come on. What's the third one?
I haven't gotten one yet.
Are you kidding me?
No, I've been talking in the middle of looking.
Come on.
If the police raided your house right now, what is the most incriminating thing they would find?
Oh, shit.
Hmm. Hmm.
The most incriminating
Wow.
thing.
I kind of put that all behind me. I used to have quite a bit of incriminating stuff in my life, and
I
I've put
don't
it
think
behind
I
me.
have anything incriminating.
Wow.
I might have like a burned CD somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, guys, let's take
That
it.
was given to me.
Let's
It was
slow
given
down.
to me. I didn't do it.
Well, hold on. I need to know, why is the CD incriminating? Don't give me a lot of words. Give me just a couple words.
Because she downloaded all the songs from Napster.
Yeah,
Is that what it is?
probably.
Oh, I
don't
thought it
know.
was homemade porn. Okay, good.
No,
We're
it's
good.
a CD, not a DVD.
Oh, good. What? You can put porn on a CD.
You can?
Yes.
Oh, why
If
haven't
it's
I
a-
done this?
It's a data CD. You put the most
I thought
incriminating.
it was a listening CD.
Oh my god. Oh my god. The most incriminating thing for me. That's a good question. I don't really have anything incriminating that I can think of. Incriminate. I mean, we're talking about something that's going to get you locked
I
up.
mean, who's going to admit it? You know?
Heather, give us another question. That's a dumb question, because I really, honest to God, don't have anything
Because
incriminating.
you don't want to get in trouble.
I have. What do I have? I have nothing.
That
I don't know. Too many freaking Funko
that I just dug up real quick. I want to show you while Heather's thinking. This is old school. Has
Oh
anyone
my
ever
god.
seen one of those
Yes,
electric football games?
dude.
So this thing is mint,
Oh my god.
and then it's got all the weird. So this thing vibrates, and I'll get these. But so the table vibrates. You plug it in. You put all these. You line all the players up on the field. Get them all set up. You turn the thing on, and it vibrates and moves things. But it's the most chaotic. Like you just can't figure it out. But all these guys have this little plastic thing that. Wait, here's the camera. That moves.
Oh yeah, look at that.
When you turn that thing on. So there's linemen and there's running backs. Wait, running backs.
So this still works? You've tested it?
Oh, this is, yeah. And then the footballs are like foam, I think. This is legit. It's 1950s.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're like punch out footballs.
That's cool. That is so cool.
But it's hilarious because it's really fun setting it up, but then when it happens, everyone kind of converges together in the middle, and it doesn't really make any sense. So anyway, thought it's just one of my fun finds of the late from the archives.
I like that one. I think I found one of those at my grandparents' house one time. My dad might have had one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third question, and this is going to be this is going to show us how wild our minds are. What is a conspiracy theory that you actually believe in?
Conspiracy theory that I believe in. I don't know if it's a conspiracy thing, but I'm so intrigued by the unexplained stuff, and I love Bigfoot stuff. I love it. I will sit on YouTube and watch people post the videos with the shaky camera. Like, it's always got to be shaky.
Yeah.
And it's always got to be blurred. And then they focus in on it and try to break it down and explain it. But I've always been blown away by how awesome the Patterson-Gimlin film is, because it looks legit.
It does. It really does.
And I think someone told me once that an executive or someone at Disney said, if it's not real, we didn't do it, and we're the only people that could have done it.
No
To
shit.
make it look real in that era, So, I don't know. It's intriguing to me. As much as there's stuff that makes you like, oh, there's irrefutable proof that it doesn't exist and blah, 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 blah. I think the phenomenon of people that have faith in it is beautiful. even though there's so much doubt attached to it. I think the
Absolutely.
people that go out there and hunt for them and try to come up with proof or even fake it, they're carrying on this legacy of something that's a legend. And I don't know. I really like Bigfoot. Bigfoot's my dude.
It reminds me of that magazine with like Bat Boy on the front of it. What was that? I can't remember what that magazine was called. It was like a paper magazine you could find at the grocery store, and it was like all this fake stuff inside of it.
Oh yeah, it was Weekly World News.
That's
or
it.
Something like
Yep,
that.
Weekly
Yeah.
World News. The one. So I remember years ago.
Bigfoot was my love child or something, right?
Yeah. Jesse Jesse the Body Ventura did a TV show about conspiracy theories, and there was one that he did an episode on a place that's located in Alaska, and it's in Alaska, and it's like kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's very barren, and it's a government facility that people work at, and they live literally around this facility, and it's called the HARP, HAARP, I think it is, the HARP device. And this thing, what it does is controls the weather. And apparently, they believe that, Jesse Bly Ventura and the people on the episode believed that this device actually caused earthquakes in Haiti. Do you remember when Haiti just randomly had a bunch of earthquakes and a lot of crazy things happen?
Right.
Well, because of all this weather changing stuff and how, lately, over, I guess, the last 20 years, things have been really wild and kind of crazy with our weather. They believe that the United States actually has a facility that controls the weather, and they use it from time to time, and it causes destruction around the world.
Yeah, that's like a doomsday machine. Truly.
Almost, yes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, and this is the first time you've ever heard of it, if you go on Wikipedia and you look up the HARP, HAARP, you can find a bunch of data about it, and people really believe in it. That was something, like, out of all of the conspiracy theories I've ever heard of, I know sounds crazy for me to say this, but it was the one that actually sounded plausible to me, that there's something that they're using, and like in the science part of things, that they could control the weather somehow, some way. So I always thought that was like kind of interesting. Heather, do you have a conspiracy theory that you believe in?
No.
None? Mm-mm. Why would you ask the question?
I gave you a list, and you're the one that chose that one.
Oh, so you didn't? I thought you were asking me for between two, and you had like an answer for both.
I don't have an answer for both.
Chris, once you get it, she'll start believing in the glow-in-the-dark Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Because I am the one that came up with that.
I think that a lot of the conspiracy theories are made up by people who have too much time on their hands.
Okay, sure.
Now that's painful because people, it's kind of like a circulating kind of news, right? So Thomas brought up the Bigfoot as an example, right?
Oh no, I think Bigfoot could be out there.
Well, then that's your answer.
The government is hiding it. They found bodies when Mount St. Helens went off. They found bodies, and they made people like be sworn to secrecy and not come forth, identifying that saying that they saw these bodies of these creatures that were all dead because of the Mount St. Helens, lava flow or whatever. Like, we could talk about Bigfoot forever. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, no, I think that Bigfoot, there's something surrounding that for sure. But my whole thing is, if I hear a conspiracy theory, generally I'm not going to read too much into it because I feel like it would be easy for someone to come up with like ways that something could be the opposite of what people say.
Right.
But I don't like to drive myself crazy over stuff like that because I would look too deep into it. And I would just be...
Well, that's the fun part of it.
I would just lose my mind. No, I would lose my mind. I would not be a real person. I would not have a job. I would be looking up all the ways to prove that something is true or false.
It's funny because...
So that's why I try not to pay attention to them.
I like the unexplained, the Bigfoot stuff. But so this is a close-up of when Bigfoot turns and looks at the camera from the Patterson-Gimlin film. And I did a series.
Oh, that's cool.
of pictures from that.
That's awesome.
I just found these too. It's pretty interesting.
That's so funny.
But
Yeah, that's
just
cool.
weird kind of interpretations of Bigfoot, because I wanted it to be abstracted and people not to really know what it was to begin with.
Yeah,
but,
I like that. That's cool looking.
More Bigfoot. But so yeah,
That
Bigfoot.
looks like a design that I would find at a like a hunting store or something, like a logo that somebody would use. You know what I mean?
I should do a Sasquatch line of clothing, right?
Seriously, I no kidding. We do have some comments that I found kind of funny. Chabby Pop Tokyo, when I was talking about the harp, he says, yes, true, Chris. How about chemtrail? For some reason, I don't know what chemtrail is. And maybe, Thomas, do you know what chemtrail is? Yeah, that one doesn't click in. But now that you're saying that, I do want to look that up. You know, when it comes to the conspiracy stuff, you don't really have to believe it. It's just fun to, like, think of things that could have happened or creatures that are running around. I mean, that's just kind of like the fun of it. And that's how sci-fi films are made, right? So, like, you could make a movie off of the HARP device and, you know, them controlling the weather and destroying the planet and stuff. I mean,
the whole Stranger Things is all about that.
Exactly.
Conspiracy kind of coming to life type of stuff.
Right.
That's what's so brilliant about that show. The other thing for me with conspiracy theories is that there's faith involved in that. You got to have some faith to follow and believe these things that are inexplicable and unbelievable. And so I think that's almost on a level of religion, because faith is a really beautiful thing no matter where you're putting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, unless I'm driving myself crazy trying to figure out where aliens are from and how they get here and what they do to you. Because I would drive myself nuts.
Over an alien?
Absolutely. Anything. Someone could literally probably convince me of anything.
That is okay.
It's scary. So that's why I don't listen
You're
to
right. I did convince you I was the hottest guy on the planet.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just convinced me to marry you.
Hold on. Painful. Go ahead.
I know that you're the hottest guy on the planet.
Oh,
you didn't have to
thanks.
convince me.
Oh my God, did you hear that?
Sizzling.
Wow.
I was looking,
And she's even seen my my buttocks unsheathed, and she's saying that. Can you believe that?
I didn't say you had a good buttocks.
All the cellulite, and I have everything back there. Go ahead.
Have cellulite.
I do.
Okay.
I have pockets of it.
Okay.
It's kind of hot.
I was looking for lists of conspiracy theories just to jog my memory and see if there was anything that, like, stood out that I actually, like, can 100% say I think that is real. I didn't want to steal your Bigfoot, but that's, like, the one thing that I think is a thing. But there is apparently a conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne committed suicide in 2003.
Yes.
And there's someone else running around that's taken her place.
Yes. I read that conspiracy theory.
That's crazy. And Michael Jackson and LaToya were the same person.
Right. But Tupac is dead because his name spelled backwards is kaput.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
That's
pretty good. I've never heard that one.
That was really good.
Yeah, that's very good.
There was also another one that Stevie Wonder isn't blind.
Oh Christ.
So that's good.
What's no, my God.
I don't know.
Zach Bonifer said conspiracy theory would be Superman 2. KNL Pop Hunter says, I remember hearing about that, Chris, talking about the harp. Shooky Review says aliens are real. Zach Bonifer then fixes his Superman 2 and says, no, Superman 3 with Richard Pryor, where they controlled the weather. Shooky Review says Bigfoot is and was real, but not sure why there's a reason to hide it. I agree. I agree with that.
Why not just let him live amongst us?
I've seen a UFO, but unfortunately I was under the influence of hallucinogenics when I saw it, so it's not something that I can legitimately say actually happened or that I actually saw. It was real when I saw it, man.
So,
and then here's my unexplained cover, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
That's Bigfoot looking at you as he walks through the Patterson Gimlin film. So
that's badass. I like that picture.
Bigfoot freak here.
So just a couple more posts here. Chad Pop Tokyo says ha ha ha. It's a trail in the sky that looks like clouds, but it's actually chemtrails that planes put out.
Chemicals.
So chemical, chemtrail.
And people have a bunch of different theories as to what they are. Whether they are putting out like viruses or somehow controlling, I think the weather or something is one of them.
Right.
A bunch of stuff.
Hold on. Now this is crazy. Okay. So Chino Santos, hey Chris, Heather, and Thomas from Sydney. That's awesome. Sydney.
Nice.
So we have somebody from Tokyo here right now communicating, and in Australia, which blows my mind that we're even doing that. But Chino says, my uncle swears to have seen aswangs, ASWANGS. Can you, what's that?
Shape-shifting evil spirits in Filipino folklore, such as vampires, ghouls, witches, viscera suckers, and werewolves.
Interesting. Okay. That's interesting.
I'm sort of creeped out because the first image that pops up is really creepy.
Zach, there's my Chewbacca. There's my Bigfoot.
That's me when I go to kiss Heather at night.
Oh, please. If I ever see that,
there I am.
I will cry.
You know, and I started watching Supernatural, and I can't stop. That show is amazing.
I have to watch that show. I've been hearing so much about that over the last few years. And a buddy of ours, a close buddy of ours, he's like, I've watched almost all of it. He's on like the last season. And he was talking about how great it was.
I'm on season 4, and there's some... I mean, almost all the pops come from season 4, and there's a couple in there that I wish would happen. But there's a kid named Todd in one of them, and he at one point he says, "Kneel before Todd." And I think that would be a great pop.
That's awesome.
This little kid, he's like, "Kneel before Todd." Love him.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that show. Now you got me wanting to watch it. Between you and my friend. There are a ton of cryptids that I believe could be real or were at some point. There's a pop figures of them. Oh, okay. So there's a pop figure of the Aswangs, and oh hell yeah, Supernatural is awesome. Shooky reviews. So wow. I feel like we should do you know what? We should talk to Jason and do a conspiracy theory heroic nonsense. That would be a lot of fun. We could talk about conspiracy theories I could talk about that for about 2 hours. But we have gone on for almost 2 hours right now, believe it or not.
Wow.
We're at 1 hour and 39 minutes.
It's about an hour and a half.
But we have been talking, for an hour 39 minutes. But it feels to me like 10 minutes because it's so easy to talk to Thomas because you're so interesting, you're so nice, you're so thoughtful.
No, I feel like I'm hanging out in the same room with you. I can't get enough of this.
I know, and we love you to death. Seriously.
Mash that like button on the way out if you haven't.
Thank you.
And guys, remember to go and share Thomas's artwork on your Instagram and tag the Gasselcast and also tag Thomas Gray or Thomas Home Studio. What is it? Thomas Gray Studio. Sorry,
my last name's Studholme.
There's so many names.
So there's a stud in studios.
Gotcha. So Thomas Gray Studios. So go and tag.
Yeah. That should be a cereal.
It should be.
So, tag Thomas Gray Studios and also tag Gasselcast. And once you do that, along with his artwork, telling all of your friends how they should go and buy some or check him out, we will put you on a roster of people to get a giveaway item. Okay? So, go make sure you do that right away. I will share a picture of the group picture and go and check it out. You'll know, if you haven't seen it, how awesome he is. Thomas, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for hanging out with us for this long.
It's been an honor and a privilege and a joy. And my going away thing is we don't eat beets together.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I like that one. That one's good. Guys,
I'm gonna send Casey to watch that.
Good. Guys, go and check out our newest videos. We posted a couple videos about Galaxy's Edge and Disney World. We just went on our honeymoon. We had a great time, and we give you tips and tricks for Galaxy's Edge. But on top of that, even if you're not going to go or you've already gone, it gives you a couple of pieces of information that you might need to know in the future. So go and check that out right away.
And thank you all for coming and joining, and I'm going to do this again. I want to do this again.
Absolutely.
Because I like to draw for people, and I can't wait to share what comes of what I end up doing with Andreas.
I can't wait to see the final result. It's going to be awesome.
I'm really excited.
Guys, remember as always, we hunt together, yes. We will catch you next time.
Next time.